I sure hope I got that character's permission. But anyways, oh my gosh, I cannot believe it. After all those episodes of Rise of the TMNT, we finally find out that Splinter is Lou Jutsu. Oh my god. It should have been an easy thing. But he was watching those movies, and yet Splinter didn't tell the turtles that he was Lou Jutsu. Oh my gosh. It's like he now tells them that he is Lou Jutsu. Basically, they find out with the letters WWLJD, also known as what would Lou Jutsu do? So, what I want to know is why one of his fingers is not complete and why his hand is sculpted in a different way. Like, seriously, this it's just hard to take in. This is literally the origin of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles for this series. If you haven't watched the Evil League of Mutants, I suggest that you watch the episode right now. If you have it recorded, or if you... There's a website called Watch Cartoons Online, Watch Anime Online that might upload it tomorrow. And if they do, I am going to share it to this video's description. But the weirdest news of all is that Splinter is Lou Jutsu. I always thought, I didn't think Lou Jutsu was Splinter. You know, I just didn't think. Well, now I do now. I do know. When I heard that news, I was like, oh my gosh, that is so amazing. I tell you, Baron Draxum. Excuse me. Baron Draxum knew Lou Jutsu. He was the greatest fighter in the Battle Nexus. But now knowing that Lou Jutsu is actually Splinter, I have doubted those suspicions that Splinter actually was Lou Jutsu at one point. But now I know. And Splinter became more serious in this episode. He said, "You are grounded." And I'm like, oh my gosh. Like, the turtles kind of were mean to him as he was training them. So they sought out Splinter. They consulted Splinter about what they needed to be trained for because they battled some crabmen. And yet, they were mean to Splinter, and yet that resulted in him grounding them. Now, he was about as strict as the Splinter from the 2012 series when he grounded those turtles in about the fourth episode. Third or fourth? Or fifth, maybe? But yeah, he grounded them. All because they were mean to him, just like any other parent would. If you're mean to your parents, I assume that they'd ground you, because you're supposed to respect your elders, and that's what they didn't do. That's what the turtles didn't do. But then Baron Jackson brings the mutants from the episodes that we've seen prior to the Evil League of Mutants, and he tells them that they're all common enemies to the turtles, and yet this number explains it. There's like a song number that they sing, I guess, explaining the origins, and we found out that the turtles were created with the ooze. So yeah, they weren't humans. They weren't humans, but let me tell you, they had disguises. That's what those clothes were in there for. And we finally got the origin. We finally, in a way, we got the origin story of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles for Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And yeah, so the Turtles basically sneak out just because they wanted to sneak out, and yet they go to like a fake magic show or something. But then Baron Jackson was there, and then, well, Baron Jackson tricked them. Okay, so it was like a flyer that Baron Jackson sent to them. And yet, they saw this ladder fish thing that Splinter mentioned. And then that's when they saw the WWLJD thing, also known as What Would Lou Jutsu Do? And Lou Jutsu is, I think it's spelled Lujutsu, I think, Lou Jutsu. Correct me if I'm wrong on that. But anyways, they basically learn the truth about who their dad is. But like, I mean, he's not their real dad, of course, but they have Lou Jutsu DNA, basically. That's what they found out. And that is one of the most exciting episodes I've ever seen in Rise. Bugbusters was kind of exciting too. But all the series, if you want to know, is literally exciting. Even though some of the episodes are filler, I still like it. It is one of those, I like all of them. But, you know, it is very cool. You know, you got the origin, you got the villains, you got Todd from the Ripple Mantis episode. You got pretty much all the villains, Warnstone, Todd, I don't know what his last name. But then you got the Ripple Mantis, then you got the Foot Clan, then you got Hippopotamus, then you got, did I mention Warnstone already? I guess I did. But if I didn't, you got Warnstone, you got Baron Jackson, you got, I guess, the two guards. So yeah, you got pretty much all the villains except for Big Mama. But anyways, yeah. The Evil League of Mutants is a great episode. Like, my reaction to Splinter being Lou Jutsu is unbelievable. In past incarnations, it was either Splinter who was a pet rat, or we never got an origin story for Splinter in the Next Mutation series, or the Turtles. We never did, I can tell. But the 1987 series, it was Hamato Yoshi who was Splinter. And then in the 2003 series, it was Hamato Yoshi's pet rat that got mutated. Then in the 2012 series, it was Hamato Yoshi again. And then here in this series, it's Lou Jutsu. We should have known. Like, the hints that Splinter was Lou Jutsu, we could have seen it, but there was Lou Jutsu on the walls. According to the old Turtle Dens video. There was the movies that they watched. We should have gotten that hot soup was his catchphrase. I guess that's what it is. And I guess we heard Lou Jutsu's voice. But then, Lou Jutsu, along with the turtles, got mutated. But in a different way. You see, Lou Jutsu's DNA mixed with the ooze that Bone Jackson used to mutate the turtles made the turtles. You see, that is one of the most exciting episodes. The most exciting episode. But, you know, and like, we got the origin story of the 2003 series in... Well, I mean, I think we actually did get a bit of an origin story in one of the episodes of The Next Mutation, but that was only because they talked a little bit about it. They talked right there were 5 turtles in a jar, and yet... Okay, so basically, we're talking about right here. And we basically got the origin story. Whether we know it or not, we got the origin story. So, the old Turtle Den, if you ever watched this video, yes, we did get the origin story, I believe. I'm sorry if you don't see anything, but I'm going to pull out that Splinter figure, and I'm going to ask you one question. One question. I got the figure right here.
Speech on. Camera chooser. Back facing. Button. Camera chooser. Back face. Camera chooser. Front facing. Speech off.
Look at his hand, if you can look at it. Why did Playmates sculpt it? Because look here. Right there. If you can see it, it's right there. Why did Playmates do that?
Camera chooser. Back facing. Button.
Alright. Just wanted to know that. Because, you know, Splinter got turned into a rat, you know. The turtles insulted him, I would say. But then that's when... That's when he said, "You are grounded." I better stand up because, you know, why not? He actually said to them that they are grounded. And yet, he knew the weapons were there, I guess. He didn't actually tell them about, like, how Bone Jackson knew him, but anyway, we got it.
Stop recording. Button.
Sorry, that was voiceover. Sorry. So, yeah. Goodbye, folks, and I hope you enjoyed this.